Now watch that bitch explode.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Squad Talks Season 4, Episode 8.
Word.
With our special guest to my left, M3NACE.
M3NACE.
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? I'm your host, Chris, a.k.a. Flog. To my right, I got Mr. Shorty 40.
What's good?
Half of 48.
Not 24, 40.
So, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. How are y'all?
Good.
I like the shirt.
Appreciate it. You guys sent this, so I had to rock it.
I like that. What is that in the background? That's the pyramid.
Copper. It's a copper pyramid. That's where I meditate.
That's sick. I like that. That's dope.
Yeah, appreciate it. And then I got a meditation cushion right there. It has audio and it vibrates to frequencies.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's sick. I wonder how that would work and feel.
Amazing. I use it every morning.
Yeah. Damn.
Start the day off right. Yeah, I mean, vibration is good for the body anyways. Just blood flows, right? Circulation, your muscles, all that. Releasing tension in the body.
Hell yeah.
And then I Bluetooth meditation, like specific frequencies, depending on what I'm going for the day. Like one would be like to activate the pineal gland, like for intuition and stuff. So I'll put it on that for like, I don't know, 15 minutes, and it vibrates at that specific frequency. And it also has an audio. Cool. Yeah, like ambience, ethereal kind of sounding stuff.
That's crazy. I've never even heard of that.
Yeah. I think it was Instagram. It hit me with an ad one day just because I look up stuff like that,
Yeah.
Try to educate myself, and it was before it launched, I invested into it, and I waited like a year. They raised like over $1 million, I think.
Damn.
Something like that. Waited like a year, but it was totally worth it.
All right, well, let's talk about this. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I was born and raised in Louisiana, in Monroe. It's kind of smaller than Shreveport, if you've ever heard of that.
I think it's close to Ruston.
Yeah, about a few of my best friends lived in Ruston.
Yeah.
A little bigger than Ruston, but
LA Tech.
Yup, LA Tech. But yeah, I was born and raised there. Grew up on hip hop and rap. And with my music, obviously, I rap on my tunes. You can kind of hear the hip hop influence when I don't rap also. Then I moved to LSU in Baton Rouge, went to school out there, graduated, and then took a big leap and came out to Houston.
Hell yeah.
Just had some personal issues going on. Needed to make a big change, dramatic change.
Absolutely.
Yep.
One of the best, it was a pivotal point in my life, one of the best decisions I could have ever made, because the EDM scene in Houston is popping.
Yeah.
I didn't really know too much about EDM until I got to Houston. Like, I had went to, my very first festival was Counterpoint a while back. My ex-girlfriend introduced me to dubstep. Skrillex was actually the first artist. Yeah. And Counterpoint, I mean, all the big dogs were playing. Skrillex, 12th Planet, Bass Nectar when he was actually like big or whatever.
Yeah.
Nero, just a whole bunch of legends. And that's how like the passion for it like started, I guess, initially, just because, I mean, previously I had been to many rap concerts like Lil Wayne, T.I., it's completely different, right?
Yeah.
It's all about like status and how good you look. And I mean, like raves and like festivals and stuff, obviously you dress up, but it's like, it's for a different reason,
Mm-hmm.
And like being at that festival, it was just great vibes all around, no drama. And moving to Houston, I was in a depressive state, anxiety, everybody goes through it, right? And EDM, like I started going to shows I went to like the first few and ended up meeting some cool people. Then I started going every weekend, like sometimes 2-3 times a week, for a solid few years. And everything just blossomed out of that. Passion kept growing and growing. I've always been passionate about music. I've always like back in the day, any Lil Wayne song came out, I knew every single bar, every single lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know a few as myself.
Yeah. Like that was like in the car. You play a song, I was the one rapping or singing. Like everybody else wasn't. But yeah, like it's been in my face literally my whole life, and I never like put 2 and 2 together, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess everything happens for a reason. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it wasn't the right time back then for me to realize that I had to go through all the hoops, you know, all the falls and the heartbreaks and
makes you stronger.
All that. Oh yeah. Without a doubt.
So when did the M3NACE project start?
I say. So I first started DJing about, I say 5 years ago, and my DJ name was DJ M3NACE, and it didn't have a 3. It was DJ D M3NACE. So it was a mouthful, right? Okay. And I was just DJing here and there, like house parties, like little venues and stuff like that, just like as a side, like a hobby, right?
Right.
I enjoyed it, but I never really saw past that. Then my name changed once, dropped the D, so it was just DJ M3NACE. Then I dropped the DJ because, I mean, nobody does that besides Carnage. It's just professionally speaking, like one name. You know, you don't need to have a DJ in front of it. Everybody knows you're a DJ.
Yeah.
And then another change happened when I changed the 3, changed the first E to a 3, just because for standing out purposes. You know, there's a lot of M3NACEs out there, a lot of, you know, rappers, and there's a lot of DJs too. I mean, not tons, but you know,
just to make it unique for yourself.
Right. With any business, any brand, number one thing that you should, you know, focus on is marketing. You know, like business branding. Like that's how it's all done. Like you can have fire music, you can have all this, but if you don't have good marketing, if you don't have a good brand, like nobody's gonna pay attention to you, right? Right. So yeah, it all just step by step, it just started falling into line. And I mean, a lot of that, I'd say majority of all the decisions I've ever made came through meditation. I meditate every day, you know, clear my mind. Like I said, I've been depressed, I've had anxiety, I've been through literally all that shit, right? Deep down, I've been broke, I've been, you know, just everything, right? But coming out of it and like using meditation to basically filter out my thoughts, you know, like basically just flick out all the bullshit that doesn't need to be in my head and focus on only things that I need to focus on. Right. And I could have 10, 15 things to do tomorrow. And in my meditation, I can literally place it throughout my day when I'm going to do it and all that. No stress.
Organize.
No overthinking, no anxiety, like none of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I journal too. Like I have a to-do list, and I started implementing that because that's a fucking game changer.
I use my notes on my phone like crazy.
Yeah, well, I would do that, but going the extra mile is writing it because we're visual learners, and if we write it with our own handwriting, we're gonna remember that piece of paper, even if you don't have it in front of you. Like you wrote it, you know, you know most of it, you know, like, and it keeps you accountable, right? And also whenever you like check it off, it makes you feel good about yourself, right? And everybody wants that, you know, dopamine rush and you know, serotonin, all the feel goods, right? You just keep that going like every day, right? I mean, you know, every now and then you'll have like an off day where you just chill, whatever, you know, hang out with the homies.
Like today.
Yeah. Today was kind of chill. I did a little mix, cleaned up a little mix, but besides that, I just been chilling.
All right.
Couldn't get busy on you guys again.
Oh yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah, thank you for making the time.
Absolutely.
Of course. I've been wanting to talk to you guys, so happy to be here.
We appreciate that.
All right, so tell us about some tracks that you might have upcoming.
Okay. I have like three really like powerful ones. Like
Okay.
one out of those three, I'm not gonna release for a while,
Okay.
just because it's up there. It's pretty badass from
Yeah.
start to finish. The story. I have two verses on it. I have a hook. I have a breakdown. I personally have two drops. There's three drops. Two of them are mine. One of them is me and my homie. So it's a collab.
Right.
With my buddy Slade, who's gonna be up and coming. So be on the lookout for him. He's a fellow Icon graduate. That also, in case you guys didn't know, I went to Icon Collective.
Wow.
I did the online program. I didn't go out to LA.
How did that help you?
Oh, I would say probably number one best decision I've ever made in my life.
Nice.
Not only because of what I learned about music, but above that, so before Icon, I was low motivation, like testosterone, like all that confidence, like ego, all that shit was just not where it needed to be, right? Like I didn't have the productivity that I used to have. Like I'm Indian, right? And I grew up business minded, right? Parents are business, we've had businesses. It's always like customer service was always there. Like I've always been a go-getter, right? Hustler. Right. And shit happened, heartbreaks, right? The heartbreak that happened that forced me to move. I lost pretty much all my values, right? And slowly I was gaining it back, but with Icon, like it taught me structure, which I needed, because like anybody can teach themselves. Like if you go on YouTube, right? And you can teach yourself, right? But like if you don't have the discipline, you're gonna wake up and be like, I don't gotta do it today, right? You're gonna do it tomorrow. Tomorrow turns into fucking next year.
Yep.
Right.
Damn sure.
But if you pay money, for a school and you have assignments that are due at a certain time, now you're like you stay on top of it. You're gonna fucking do it, right? Yeah. And like that's like the game changer, because I mean you need that. You need discipline. Discipline is the number one tool to master. You have discipline, you can literally do anything you fucking want, right? You can achieve anything. You can get that internal happiness without having to go outside for it. Like have it be your job or a girlfriend or a fancy car or whatever it may be, right? You don't need that. Like if you master certain things just about yourself, like self-love and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That's where the happiness comes from. Like it comes from inside. It comes from within you. So that's what I've been focusing on, ever since I graduated out of Icon. I mean, obviously I make music too, but like some weeks, like my priority on personal growth is like at 75% compared to 25% music.
Right.
Like it's either 50-50 or personal growth is above music. Music is never above personal growth.
Yeah.
And like
good quality to have.
I think, I mean, if you think about it, like most artists, they have to drink, they have to do stuff, whatever it is to perform, or like to be out in public or be out at shows to have fun, to enjoy themselves, or to even to write music,
just
like
to be okay.
Yeah, just to be okay. And like I told myself, if I was gonna do this, I was gonna do it right. Like I've already been through all that shit. Like I'm not trying to go another 15 years of like getting 2 hours of sleep, on certain nights, and having headaches, or not enjoying myself, forcing yourself to make music when you don't really want to, like all that. Like no, it's not for me. So that was something that I made sure that I got on top of, and it started like with a heartbreak. Like without that heartbreak, like I wouldn't have been able to put all my energy to myself. Right.
I feel that motivation.
Because if you're in a relationship, like at least 50% of your time goes to that, and if you're, a Cancer, I'm a Cancer, right? A hopeless romantic motherfucker. So like probably like 85-90% goes to it, and the other 10% to myself or like music and stuff. And I'm very grateful for how everything has unfolded. Everything, happens for a reason. And I mean, to this day, me and my ex are best friends. So like,
yeah,
it still worked out. It still worked out, right?
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us about one or a couple of your most favorable experiences playing?
Oh,
playing live.
That's a really good question. Let me go back to the recent one about the music. I don't know if you heard the mix that I just dropped.
I have.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
It
so
is
the intro.
currently sitting at #1 on New and Hot Dubstep.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You lie. I didn't even know
swear.
that.
I swear. So.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to go peep that.
Yeah.
But that intro, that idea I got through meditation. I wanted to. I mean, I'm not gonna say copycat excision, but have an intro personal to myself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my style is similar. It's hard. It's dangerous, right?
Absolutely.
It uses all those elements, sirens, alarms, all that crap. So like, the last week and the week before that, I made that intro song, like that track, and I told myself I was gonna use that to start the mix off, and nobody's ever heard of it, right? Nobody's ever heard that song, so when they hear it, like, it has to hit. And if it hits, then people are gonna be like, "Whoa, who the fuck is this?" Right? And they're gonna send it to their friends, like, "Holy shit!" So yeah, that's why I made that track, just because another marketing tactic, right?
Yeah.
But shows wise, man, I've had some great ones. So whenever I was DJing, I would be one of those artists, right? Drinking, maybe having a couple drinks to loosen up, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And after the breakup and all that, I told myself, even going out to shows, even if I'm not playing, just going to shows, I was gonna start not drinking, just being sober. And it was hard as fuck for like the first 3 weeks, maybe 3.5 weeks, and it got easier to where I was able to just like enjoy myself, right, and not have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I promised myself, I was like, anytime that I play, I was gonna do it sober, so I can first and foremost remember it, right?
Yeah.
Second, remember like the energy from the crowd, like remember the feeling, right? The like connection from wherever I play, whatever city it is or whatever venue it is.
Mm.
And the very first time I did that was Lights All Night, and that's to this day.
I saw you there.
Yeah, I was at
Really?
I saw you.
Yeah, man, that was a party.
Dude,
that was
your
a fucking
energy,
party.
your energy was crazy.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
man.
Well, did you know who I was, or you just walked outside to
No,
get
I had
water?
no
or something?
idea. Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's how it happened to a lot of people, bro.
I was like,
the
cool.
stage. They had the stage literally by the water station. So like, when people would come in, they would get water, and they'd be like, "Oh, like holy shit!" and they would stay the whole time.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really good.
It was fun, and when I got done, I literally felt like I was on drugs. Like for real. Like I remember that feeling. Like it was such a high that you can't get from anything else, right?
Right.
It's just like energy from you and from the crowd. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
But that was definitely I'd say that's number 2. Number 1 would be I played direct support for Squanto a couple years back. And the way it happened, were you there?
No, I think I remember seeing the flyer for it.
Yeah, Stereo Live. So my mom had passed the prior year, and Stereo had messaged me and asked me if I wanted to headline State of Bass, right? You remember they used to have that, right? The State of Bass? I don't know.
I think so.
So it was like a local thing. Yeah, it was like a local thing they would have like once a month, just bass artists. And they reached out to me and they wanted me to headline. Long story short, Squanto ended up confirming the date, so they ended up changing the State of Bass and bumping me down. But the date was my mom's birthday. So like when they asked me and they said, "Look, are you available this date?" I'm like, "Hell yeah! Like this is a sign from the universe. Like of course I'm gonna take that, right?"
Right.
And it was great, man. I played in front of 1,200 people.
Oh yeah.
That's sick.
And I shouted out my mom before the set, and they actually tried to tell me. They came up on stage, man, while I was playing. They were texting me while I was playing, telling me that I'm going too hard, and that I needed, and that I need to chill out. And I was laughing the whole time because like 2 weeks prior, I made sure with the owner, I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna play whatever the fuck I want, and I need a microphone. Like that's the only way I'm gonna play because like." I've been in the situation back in the day where people tell you what to play. Like no, like I'm an artist. I'm not gonna play what you want me to play. Like, and they still do that to this day at Stereo, and it's like
no, I know they do that at Stereo.
Yeah, and I got on the mic, bro, and I was like, they trying to tell me that I'm going too hard, but it's my mama's birthday, so fuck that shit. And when I said that, bro, literally everybody erupted in the crowd, like screaming. And I have a video. I literally post that video every year on my mom's birthday. It's the best.
That's funny. That's cool.
Yeah. So that would be number one. That's probably gonna be number one for a very long time. Just
it's a good
because
opportunity. It's a good
of
opportunity.
the meaning behind it too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've had some other good ones too. That's the beautiful part. It's like everywhere you play, it's different, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
still get that same feeling. You still get that same feeling before. You get a little nervous. But
Yeah.
once
Well,
you
honestly,
I
don't even get that. I don't even get that the nervousness anymore.
that's good.
Being like like lights all night. Okay, so I wouldn't say nervous, more so like anxious.
Right.
You know, kind of like, oh, I can't wait. I went to the porta potty like 5 minutes before my set and meditated in there for like 2 minutes. Came out ready to go.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a secret weapon.
Oh yeah. So if you had to pick one or two people to collab with, who would it be?
Anyone.
Ooh, Wooly.
Wooly?
Yeah, Willie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
killer.
a G.
He's killer.
He's a G. Damn. Two people, huh? Wooly for sure. And probably Slander.
Oh yes.
Slander.
my
Not
boy.
yeah, because like Slander has definitely been on like EDM side my inspiration. Like top. Because they went to Icon, right? So that's like automatically you're like, holy shit, like they're doing it big, right?
We love
And
Slander.
Yeah, man, they're Slander fan for sure. The very first remix I released was Love Is Gone.
Yeah,
and like
that hoe is dope.
yeah, and like people started to know who I was based on that remix. And I mean, obviously that was like the beginning of my career, and like my sound has evolved, but I've always like their music has always like touched a special part, you know? Like you hear it and you're like you're here and like, and you gotta make it like your fault. Whenever I heard it live at a festival. They played it for the very first time. As soon as it was playing, like the vocal and all that, I was like, I gotta remix it. And I actually, I got the song off SoundCloud. Like I ripped it of a version that somebody had recorded at a festival just so I can have the layout ahead of time before they released it. So when they released it, you know, I already had like the skeletal form of the song, and I went for it. And that's a crazy fucking remix. I spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
killer. I've heard it. It's really good.
Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, and they like, you know, they came out with their own label. First, before that, they came out with the I, you know, their whole stage, their branding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's inspiring. Then they, you know, have their own label now. That's inspiring. Just everything they're doing is just like top tier.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
I just saw them at Bass Canyon. It was
Oh yeah,
Top
I saw
tier.
videos.
Top tier.
Yes,
It
I
was
saw
top tier.
videos. Yeah, you got if Slander's on the line, you gotta watch it, man. You got to.
So, is there any locals that we should be on the lookout for?
Local as in Texas or like Houston or just general?
General.
generally
Um,
that should be higher, maybe.
Rhythm Squad. Rhythm wise, you probably already know of them. Pyro.
Pyro. Shout out to
Pyro.
Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro's-
Pyro's doing the damn thing. He's young too.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, he's doing it. Let's see. I mean, then there's like the obvious people that are like on like at the Lost Lands lineup, like Subsidia label.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sound Rick, he's really good.
Oh yeah, Soundright killed it at Zion.
Oh yeah, you went. Yeah, he's a beast. He's good. He's good at mixing. There's a lot of producers out there, but you know some of them are not good at mixing.
I understand that.
They're not good at mixing, and it's like maybe you should just stay in your room.
Yeah.
Not to talk down on anybody, but like you know, it's an art form, right?
It's
And I
its own
try
art
to,
form.
yeah, I try to sculpt my mixes and stuff. I try to sculpt it to paint a picture like throughout the whole time, right?
Right.
You know, using different elements at different times. If you notice, like towards the end of my mix, it's more like it's still hard, but it's like it gets you in your feels, and like it's kind of like a dessert at the end of a good meal, kind of. You know, that's kind of how I view it. And like Slander is also inspiration behind that, because like that's how their sets are, right? They start off super fucking hard,
and then go in the field.
Yeah.
I miss them so much.
Huh?
I miss them so much.
Yeah.
What you missing?
Slander.
Oh. You see what you did?
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I've talked to them many times, but you know, they're like way the fuck up there, and like I'm just starting off, so I'm like, I just gotta trust the process. You know, everybody has their own lane. You know, everybody has their own sound. You can't compare yourself to anybody. Like I learned that a while back. Like just not even like having your ego. Like I have an ego, but it's only for purposes like work ethic or something, right?
Yeah.
Any other time when it's in creative mode, no ego, because like that will, like how artists talk about they hit roadblocks and stuff like that, like creative blocks, and like that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah.
But it's because like I prepared for that ahead of time, because like once I've seen it happen to artists, and once it happens, it's like so fucking hard to like get out of it or to figure out why it's happening, and it's like it's happening because like it's from the core, right? You got to focus on the core, fix that first. You can't just like, you know, take drugs or like, you know, drink alcohol to numb it and so you can get in a creative state. Like, yeah, people make some amazing fucking music on drugs. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, yeah, like for real. Like even like obviously, you know, hip hop and all that stuff. Like with the Xanax phase, fucking Post Malone is one of the biggest artists, and he admitted that he drinks all the time, like when he makes music, you know. Yeah. And it's bomb as hell, but like to each their own, right? That's not gonna be me.
Right.
So I mean, I smoke weed, but you know, that's even that sparingly. Like that's something that I've worked on, because that's always been like the hardest one to discipline. But like now I just use it as like a reward, you know, at the end of the day, once I'm like knocked everything out.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. It's smart, man, because like you get more done, you know. You get more done in the day, and then like you can, if you use it as a tool instead of like just abusing the fuck out of it, then life will be better.
All right. So did COVID affect you at all, or did it affect you in a negative way or a positive way?
Positive. Big time. Big fucking time. It didn't affect me in the sense of how it affected most people, just because prior to COVID, I'm full-time music, right? So I'm at home all the time. So when COVID happened, it didn't, aside from obviously not being able to connect with people, like I'm an empath and all that. So like I feed off of that. Like that's, you know, it's something that I need, is to connect. I mean, I feel like every human being needs that, right? Connection, being able to connect with people. That was the hardest part. But aside from that, like it leveled me up in ways I can't even describe quickly, you know? Yeah. I focus so much on the inner me, you know, so that the outer me can be even greater. Right. And to be able to help other people too, you know? Because that's the ultimate goal. It's not like music is a passion, but helping people through my music, you know, that's my calling. Yeah. Right. And it took a while to figure that out, but I figured it out, thank God, because like it was stressful, like early 20s and stuff like that, like not really knowing where my place was and all that. And,
it's a scary feeling.
It is, man. It is. And coming from where I come from, like that doesn't happen. Like we're usually pushed into like a hotel business, or you know, like being a doctor or lawyer or whatever it is, right? I was always the outsider.
Something straightforward.
And now I'm like I'm 100% like I'll you know flaunt that around, because like those are the best people, right? The outsiders, the one that's been like through literally everything. You know, those are the ones that can impact so much. And that's what I plan on doing. I plan on doing this, like what you guys are doing later down the line, like podcasts. But an educational one, right? Informative one.
I like that.
With like pretty much all the experiences that I've been through, and I started reading this past year. Like I'm running through books, and like I just have a lot of knowledge and wisdom to share.
Yeah, that's good.
Expanding the brain.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Nice.
Yeah. It's very important. Neuroplasticity is very important for sure.
Hell yeah. Even do you have any other topics or anything you want to talk about before we wrap things up? Or anything that that the people should know? Can't talk.
Okay.
Yeah, I rap on my own tunes. I feel like a lot of people don't know that, or
You
at least
rap?
like 50%. Yeah, like
Nice.
that's me rapping on the tunes that like Danger Zone and Human Torch, and
Nice.
Yeah, that's dope. I didn't know that. I didn't know
had
that.
no idea.
yeah, it's me. I write my own lyrics. Everything is done by me. Mixing, mastering, sound design, literally everything.
That's
Marketing, like I'm my own team.
That's awesome.
For right now, while I can manage it.
You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
it's my number one priority and focus. I mean, besides personal growth, but
Right.
that gives me the access, right, to be able to do all these things and not burn myself out or
Right.
get into like a mood imbalance, whatever, like stress, overworking. But eventually, I'm gonna need a team for sure,
Mm-hmm.
because it is a lot. It's
Once you
definitely a
grow.
lot.
Yeah, once you start growing,
Yeah,
it becomes a lot.
yeah, it's definitely a lot. Not even just on the making music side, but everything.
Everything that goes along with it.
Social media and
Mhm.
Yeah.
emails and even learning music. Like you have to constantly learn. It's something that's never ending.
Yeah, you don't stop.
No, you don't stop.
You learn
Same
different
thing.
techniques. You learn
Right.
all that.
Yeah. It keeps getting better, and then your ear gets better. Like it keeps enhancing
Mm-hmm.
over time. It just keeps getting better and better and better. So your skills keep getting better and better and better.
Right.
That's the beautiful part. I feel like the first like few years is the like being in the mud, trying to figure everything out and getting all frustrated because it's not sounding like your favorite artist or
Right.
Yep. You don't know how to change it.
right.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's easier if you have mentors. Like mentors, like some artists do have that, and they should be grateful as hell because like they've been through it, the years of training and all that.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to have that with Icon. Like we had a mentor every quarter, so it was sick. Yeah, Prototype was one of them.
That's
For
sick.
one,
That's
for
awesome.
one quarter. Ryan Brown, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's a producer. Excision's actually posted some videos of him doing the drums to his music. He was one of them. But yeah, like that program changed a lot. Literally my whole life, honestly.
It sounds worth it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Just
if you want to
following.
learn.
Yep. Just following my gut and intuition. But yeah, like this mix, my plan is to get on Lost Lands for 2022. So
Oh yeah.
that's the move.
Yeah.
I'm doing a ticket giveaway. I don't know if you knew that.
I think I saw it.
Yeah.
I think I saw it.
VIP ticket giveaway. Yeah.
Make
Another
sure you get
marketing.
on the ticket giveaway.
Yep.
Yeah. Another marketing tactic.
Hell yeah.
Well, helping somebody out too, obviously. But it helps me out too. So, Lost Lands, they recognized it and they messaged me the other day because I was making people comment on their posts. Minutes for Lost Lands.
That's
Oh, yeah.
good.
So,
That's awesome.
Lost Lands 2022 Menace.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's get.
I'm coming.
We're here for it.
Yes, sir.
So, want to give a shout out to Menace for coming out to Squad Talks. Really
Yes.
appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Happy to be here.
And
Do it again some other time,
shout
Yeah,
out to my
for sure.
co-host, 40,
Word.
48, half of 48. My name's
8 and
Flog.
48.
Yes.
Thanks for coming out to Squad Talks. We'll see you next time.
Deuces.
Green light, it's time to go. You are in danger, it's about to blow. You're in luck. If you like it rough, go ahead and raise your cup. We about to buck it up. I'm about to get it, let's get it. I'm about to flip it and twist it. It's free willing, we silly and we